Well, hello, hello. Hello again. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm redoing this video. I just uploaded this video, but I did not have my mic set up correctly on my fathead picture right here. Every one of these, like whenever I change the view to browser and spreadsheet, which I don't have the spreadsheet open, and then camera, every one of these are called scenes. Every one is set up and configured differently. They have different audio sources and stuff like that. And I didn't have the mic. I had my other mic set up for this one. I didn't have, and I don't have that mic hooked up. So we're redoing the video. This is the video that I uploaded, and I just deleted it, and now we're gonna remake it. We're just gonna remake the video. So what's going on? I said that I would upload a video whenever anything new happened with the transition on Landstar. Let me get to the end, and I'll tell you what's going on, and then I will explain how I got from there to here. I'm qualified. It's Wednesday. It's 7:14 p.m. here in Oklahoma City. Um, I was qualified yesterday morning, Tuesday morning, and they just sent me my permit book and all the stickers and everything. I'll go over all this stuff that they sent me here in a minute and show you guys all that stuff. Um, I'm supposed to be in the orientation Monday. Today is Wednesday, March 31st. I'm supposed to be in the Monday, April 5th orientation. Sorry. But I have not gotten a phone call from orientation yet to verify that. So let me go back and start from where my last video left off and explain everything that happened between then and now. And then we'll go over what I received in the permit book and and stuff like that. The last video I uploaded, I believe, was Thursday, March 25th, and it was when I was at Goodyear getting my steers replaced. I did the drug test the Wednesday, the day before that. I did the DOT inspection that Thursday. Got all that sent over to the qualification center. Because of how long it took for the qualification center to qualify me, I had to redo everything. So they work on a 30-day timetable. And anything that gets older than 30 days, like your DOT inspection, your drug test, your application, anything, if anything gets older than 30 days, you have to redo it. So my application got over 30 days old. So I had to reapply Thursday night, and they had to go back through and re-verify all of my employment Thursday night and Friday morning. So I woke up to a phone call from USA Truck Friday morning, my driver manager, LaDonna, and she was like, I just got a notification that you applied to Landstar. So I had a really cringy, awkward conversation with LaDonna where she was like asking me if there's anything they could do to get me to stay. That kind of is retention stuff. And then Friday evening, I got a call from Linda at the qualification center, and she was like, "Did you send us the engine plate pictures?" And I said, "Well, I don't know. I don't know what an engine plate is. I've asked you guys multiple times, and nobody's ever responded to me to explain to me what an engine plate is." I said, "I took pictures of the door panel, the driver's side door panel that has the VIN number and the axle weights and all the rest of that stuff, and I sent you those pictures." And she said, "No, it's something on the engine itself. There's some sticker or label on the engine that has a whole bunch of information. We need that." And I'm like, "All right, I'll go find it and send you those pictures." She said, "Also the title. Do you have the title that's in your name?" And I said, "Whatever I sent you with the title is all I have." And she said, "This is just a title transfer. You were supposed to have this transferred over to your name within 30 days." And I said, "Well, I screwed up and didn't do that then." And she said, "Okay, well, we need you to do that before we can proceed." I was like, all right, well, it's Friday at 6 p.m. I'll have to, do that Monday and get back to you on how long that's going to take. So I woke up at 4 a.m. Monday, went and took pictures of the engine, and then went over to the Oklahoma Tax Commission. It was really easy in and out, no lines, no nothing. Um, they It was only $40, $40 to transfer the title. They gave me receipts, and I got back home. I emailed copies of those receipts and the pictures I took of the engine to the qualification center. And I said, hey, are we going to be able to proceed with the application with this, or are we going to have to wait on me to receive the title? Because the Oklahoma Tax Commission told me that it will take approximately 5 days for me to get the title in the mail. And they said, no, we can proceed with the application with this. And what was it? Then after that, at Monday night, they sent me a bunch of things to do. One of them was to go through my entire application and verify all of the information was correct. And so I did that. They also wanted me to fill out. Let me switch this over to the browser and I'll show you. This is the stuff. They had me fill out 7 days of hours of service. You know, that little form where you write down how many hours you worked each day over the last 7 days and then total it up. They had me fill out one of those. And then they also wanted me to fill out a quit date addendum. So something I just found out recently is that Landstar's contract has an exclusivity clause. You cannot work or lease to somebody else while you're with Landstar. While you're leased to Landstar, while you're under contract with them, you can't work with anybody else. So I had to terminate my contract with USA Truck yesterday and then fill out a form stating that I terminated my contract with USA Truck yesterday. And then they went ahead and sent my packet over to corporate. Linda also told me that she contacted the orientation center and signed me up for orientation for Monday, April 5th in Fort Worth, Texas. Fort Worth was the only she listed off the orientation places that I could go to. There's one in Arizona, Indiana, Georgia, Florida. There was a whole bunch of them. I can't remember all of them that she listed off. But nothing was within 1,000 miles of me except the Fort Worth. So I'm going to be going down to Fort Worth. I don't have the address of the place in Fort Worth, but I Googled it. And why are you, bouncing in and out? That's like messing me up. So I live up in Oklahoma City. Dallas, Fort Worth is straight south of me. It's roughly 220 miles from my house to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And I'm pretty sure this is where I'm going to be going. They haven't given me an address, but this is the Landstar System Incorporated in Fort Worth, Texas. And I'm pretty sure this is the place where I'm going to be doing orientation. From everything I've read and I've watched on YouTube, they put you up in a hotel, and they also cater lunch throughout the 2 days of orientation. They do 2 orientation classes per week, a Monday, Tuesday class and a Wednesday, Thursday class. So I'm supposed to be in the Monday, Tuesday class. I plan on driving my personal vehicle down there. I asked the qualification center person, Linda, if I had to drive my truck down there or if I could drive my personal vehicle. And she said that she thinks that I have to drive my truck down there, but she's not sure. She said she doesn't deal with the orientation side of stuff. So she said that she has no idea. She said that whenever orientation calls me, to ask them. Orientation did not call me on Tuesday. Today is Wednesday, 7:22 p.m. They didn't call me today. My paperwork has my company name misspelled. So I sent an email to Linda at I sent it to the general email address of the qualification center. Brenda responded back to me. I let them know that the company name was misspelled on my paperwork and that I still hadn't received a call from the orientation people. And she said that the company name is correct on all the paperwork that they have and all the paperwork that they sent to Landstar. So she said Landstar basically screwed up. They didn't copy it down correctly. She said that she would get that corrected with Landstar, and she said the orientation people should be calling me tomorrow. So tomorrow I should find out. I should get verification that this is where I'm going to do orientation. I should find out what hotel I'm going to be staying in. There's a group of hotels right over here, and then there's another group of hotels right over here. There's also one hotel up here at the Dallas-Fort Worth airport. So I'm guessing I'm going to be in one of these hotels that are pretty close. There's several hotels. There's just like a group of hotels, like 4 or 5 of them right here. Another group of 4 or 5 of them over here. Best Westerns, Holiday Inns, like the prices of the hotels are all similarly priced. They're all about $80 to $100 a night. So I'm hoping to find out tomorrow what hotel I'm going to be staying in and verify or confirm that I'm going to be in the Monday orientation. So anybody that's watching that's going to be in the Monday Fort Worth orientation, I'm most likely going to be in that orientation, but I haven't gotten confirmation for it yet. And I'm hoping I'm going to be able to drive my personal vehicle down there. If I'm not able to drive my personal vehicle down there, then I'm going to have to run paper logs, and I'm going to have to go and get my truck stickered up over the next couple of days. I'm not planning on stickering my truck or doing anything with the truck until after orientation, and I'll hopefully have my physical plates, my real plates here by then. But yeah, that's what, right here's the exclusivity clause. This is the Landstar in-way contract, page 3 of 35, section 3 right here. This is the exclusive possession and responsibility. This entire section right here is basically saying exclusive rights. So the first sentence, the equipment will be for Landstar's exclusive possession, control, and use, and Landstar shall assume complete responsibility for the operation of the equipment for the duration of this agreement. It also goes on to state in there that in order for you to do anything with the vehicle outside of Landstar's usage, you have to get written permission from Landstar. So yeah, it's an exclusivity clause. So I was hoping that I would be able to stay leased on with USA Truck for about a month and compare the two companies, do side-by-side load board videos and stuff like that, and make a decision on whether or not I wanted to stick with USA Truck or go ahead and go with Landstar. But because the exclusivity clause, I had to terminate my lease with USA Truck to get on with Landstar. It's kind of messed up that they have that. We're independent contractors. You shouldn't have exclusivity clauses in your contracts with independent contractors. You're not really an independent contractor at that point. And politicians are pushing a lot of laws through and a lot of regulations that are trying to stop this kind of exclusivity bullshit. And if you have exclusivity clauses in your contracts, politicians are trying to force you to be listed as a W-2 employee instead of an independent contractor. So Landstar needs to stop this bullshit. They need to get rid of these exclusivity clauses. It's not right. But anyway, so that's where we're at, is that I'm just sitting around waiting for a call from orientation. Now let's go through the packet that I received today. So let's start out with all the stickers. So this was just like a UPS envelope. They overnighted it to me. They sent it out yesterday. I got it a couple of hours ago. It arrived just a couple of hours ago. So I got 2 of these sticker panels. Now these are all really big stickers. These aren't like individual 2 sticker, 1 sticker, 6. These aren't a bunch of little individual stickers. The Landstar Inway Incorporated, that's all 1 sticker. Jacksonville, Florida is all 1 sticker. And then the DOT number, the US DOT and the DOT number, that's all 1 big sticker. Let me get it real close up there and see where they connect and stuff like that. But these are all, this basically, these are 3 stickers. And there's a panel for each side of the truck. These stickers have to be on each side of the truck. These logos are each, this is just one big sticker. This whole thing is just one big sticker. And there's one for each side of the truck. And then this packet right here, this envelope that came with it, this has, what all does this have in it? Let's take everything out. So it has my IFTA stickers, one for each side of the truck. It has a whole bunch of individual letter cutouts. These are my truck numbers. I'm pretty sure, yeah, there's 2 of each number in there, so I can put the truck number on each side of the truck. So these are individual cutouts that are going to be more of a pain in the ass to stick on. So IFTA, my truck number, insurance, this is permit information. It basically says New Mexico and Oregon, they have like weight mile tax programs. You have to be in their database to drive through their state. And you have to have your full plate to do it. So if I need to drive through one of these states before I have my physical plates, while I still have my temporary registration, then at the port of entry, there is a temporary permit that I can get to drive around in the state with temporary registration. It has information about the New York HUT. I don't know what that is. It's basically a little sticker that you have to have on your truck to drive around in New York. Landstar will not be responsible for any fines. They basically tell you if you fuck up on your permits, if you don't have the proper permits, it's not on us, it's on you. Then they have the permit department phone number. This is a bunch of information about express truck tax. They have a specific address to go to fill out your 2290s with express truck tax with Landstar. And express truck tax basically sends the 2290 directly to Landstar. You don't have to send it to them yourself. I don't think I have to worry about that. I have a current 2290 that I've already sent to the qualification center, and they've sent that on to Landstar. I don't think I'm going to have to file. Like, I'm going to have to ask them about this. Like, if I already have a 2290, is that all this is a 2290? Or am I actually going to have to file the 2290 that I already have and pay to do that again? I don't know. I'm going to have to ask them about this. I've already read through it. And that 2290 cost me like $600. So it's like $600 a year for the 2290. And here is some more express truck tax information about your 2290. Just a second here. Sorry, I just heard there's just somebody like chilling in front of my house. I was just checking to see what in the hell they were doing. They have a really loud exhaust. What else did we got in here? This is a notice telling me that I need to call. I'll just read it to you. Please call the permit department in the morning with an email address or fax number so we can send you your temporary registration. I did not get the physical plates. And they have the phone number for the permit department. They want me to call the permit department in the morning after receiving all of this stuff and give them an email address so that they can send me paper tags, my temporary registration, while I wait on my physical tags to get here. And what is this? This is Landstar Inway Statement of Lease and Receipt for Equipment Tractor. Um, Carrier hereby acknowledges receipt of the equipment described above, which is the equipment described in the agreement. So this is basically a receipt of them, saying that this is the equipment. They verified that this is the equipment that I've leased on with. So the agreement is dated March 30th, 2021, which was yesterday, and is for a duration of 3 years from its effective date and month to month thereafter, although it is subject to earlier termination at any time pursuant to its terms. So, yeah, just so that's all that was in this little brown envelope. And then I had another envelope that was full of data stuff, direct deposit stuff, stuff about. It had a whole bunch of. This is the data thing that I got. It had these two cards in it. I'll hide my card number, but two cards that basically just say Landstar Inway. It's probably so fuzzy you couldn't even read the numbers, even if I wasn't covering them up. But they're identical cards, two identical cards with the same card numbers. They don't have any identifying information for me on the card. It just says Landstar Inway, Jacksonville, Florida, and then it has a card number on it. On the back of it, it has data information, but on the front of it, it doesn't. It only says Landstar. So I don't think these are the fuel cards. I think these are your pay cards. And in the envelope that you get with it, this is a little brochure about the ComData app. You get a whole bunch of ComData checks, and then a couple other brochures about ComData stuff. So general ComData crap, and then your two pay cards. That's what came in all of the ComData envelope. Get all this crap back in there. Then I got this little piece of paper, and everybody has a different payday at Landstar. I did not choose my payday. My payday was determined by my qualification day. They have an X that my settlement day or my payday is Tuesday. I was qualified yesterday, Tuesday. So I think that's what determines your payday. You may be able to change your payday if you want. I don't know. I don't really care when my payday is. It doesn't matter to me. And then there's just a whole bunch of random information on here about it says helpful hints to ensure you receive your settlement timely. Do the needful. To be paid for a trip, the required freight documentation must be submitted to Landstar. I don't know exactly how you're able to submit bills of lading to Landstar. I'm hoping they have a digital method. I don't want to deal with trip packs or well, I think Transflow has a digital method, but I don't want to be in there in the truck stop scanning in documents or sending in trip packs or any crap like that. There are digital methods. USA Truck was fully digital on everything, and I really loved the way USA Truck did stuff. It was so easy to do everything. But yeah, it's just a whole bunch of stuff on here telling you to keep track of all of your documentation, make copies, and be sure to put your load numbers and everything on every page of your paperwork. Landstar card authorization form. I'm not going to show this to you because it's got like my card number and some other personal info pre-filled out on this. But please read, complete, sign, and fax this form or email to cardadministration@landstar.com. A receipt of this form is necessary to activate the cards, these cards that I received. You may choose to use your settlement card for advances also, or you may activate a separate card, the pre-trip card, which is enclosed. And you can set limits on the card if you want to. I don't know. I have to talk with them about how to fill that out. I'm not sure. And here's another card administration. This is a direct deposit form. This doesn't have anything filled out on it. It has your name, your tractor number, your federal ID, social security number, operating company. Please check the operating company you are with. I'm with Inway. Please select one option. So basically, this allows you to set up so that you can direct deposit funds from your ComCheck card account directly to a checking account. So you have to attach a voided check and fill out this form. And this page is just about how to access this information online. And this is about how to set up direct deposit. This sucks. The way I had it set up with USA Truck is I just had through the Com Data card with USA Truck, there was an option where you could just tell it to deposit all of your funds into your bank account. You weren't charged any fees for that or anything. So basically, USA Truck would put my money on the Com Data card, and then Com Data would transfer that over to my bank account. So it was just an instant process, seamless. And I didn't have to manually do anything. It was just automated. I just set that up, and every time I got paid on Friday, it would just show up in my bank account. It appears that with Landstar, every fucking time I get paid, I'm going to have to go in there and choose to move money manually from the Com Data card or the Com Check card, whatever they call it, over to my bank account every damn week. I don't like doing that kind of crap. So, and also it appears that their fuel card is a prepaid card, so I'm going to have to manually put funds onto the card, and they charge you every time you put funds on the card and every time you take funds out. So every time you get fuel, they charge you a transaction fee. Every time you move money onto the card, they charge you a transaction fee. It's kind of messed up. So, got that. And then the last thing that I received is the permit book. So, it's mainly just permits, but at the front of the permit book, it has a bunch of like information type stuff. like hazmat requirements. Um, Amber light permit. Oh, so this amber light permit is for like oversized, overweight vehicles. This is a permit allowing them to run like flashing amber lights. I didn't know you had to have a permit to do that because I've never hauled oversized, overweight. Don't plan on ever doing it. But up at the front of the permit book, there's just a whole bunch of information about axle weight limits and like state by state regulations and stuff like that. So Vermont, all trailers 41-foot maximum from kingpin to center of rear axle. Let's see. Let's go to California. See what California says. California, trailers exceeding 48 feet in length on STAA network, which includes all interstate and designated highways. Trailers 48.1 up to and including 53 foot, restricted to 40 foot maximum from kingpin to center of the rear axle. Trailers with single rear axle are limited to 38 feet. On California Legal Network, trailers of all lengths are legal, providing the overall length is 65 foot or less and maximum of 40 feet from kingpin to center of rear axle. So I actually got into it with a California DOT officer who didn't understand the kingpin to rear axle length requirement. This DOT officer thought it was 40 feet from the kingpin to the back of the rear tire. Not the center of the rear axle, but the back of the rear tire. And so, like, at the time, I think I only had like 5,000 pounds in the trailer, if that. It was a really light load. And I had my tandems almost as far forward as they would go. And they were California legal, but he didn't understand where it was measured to. And man, these people that get into positions of authority like cops, a lot of those people, I'm not saying every single cop, but a lot of the people that are attracted to that type of job are people with low self-esteem, or they were picked on or bullied or whatever, and they're wanting to assert authority. You have to be really careful around those sons of bitches about like disrespecting them, because if they feel disrespected, they will find some way to get back at you. So it's really hard whenever you run across a dumbass DOT officer that doesn't know the regulations to try to politely explain to them what the correct regulation is. I've had that happen to me multiple times, and this rule right here is one of them. This is a pretty nice little thing right here. It tells you what the state axle weight limits are, like for single axles, for tandem axles. And for anybody who doesn't know, most states, they don't have any kind of weight restriction specifically for steer axles. There may be a state that has a steer axle weight limit, but I think FMCSA actually prohibits states from creating steer axle weight limits. It has to be single or tandem axle limits. Those are the only limits that they can do. They can't specify based on where the axle is located at. So I don't even know if it's legal for a state to regulate based on a steer axle. They can only do single or dual or triple axles and stuff like that. And the single axle weight limit on almost all these states is 20,000 pounds or more. So my steer axles are rated for 13,200 pounds. And my new tires that I have on there are rated for over 13 too. It's 6,600 and like 6,600. It's 66 something each, and together, you combine those two weights, and so it's like 13,300 pounds or something like that is what my tires are rated for. So my tires are rated for more than my axles rated. So my limitation on my steer axle is the axle rating, which is 13,200 pounds. The state rating for single axles is 20,000 pounds in most states. And my drive axles are rated for 40,000 pounds. So, yeah. I have not like heavy duty axles on my tractor, but I have heavier than standard. Like, because a lot of the standard steer axles are rated for either 12 or 12,500 pounds. So my steer axles are rated for a little bit more than your standard steer axles. And drive axles are normally rated for either 34 or 38,000 pounds. And mine are rated for 40, so they're a little bit higher than normal. But yeah, that's all the stuff I received in the packet. And I should get a call from orientation tomorrow letting me know if I'm going to be able to drive my personal vehicle to orientation, and let me know if I got into the Monday orientation class. I'm really hoping I got into the Monday orientation, and I'm really hoping I can drive my personal vehicle. And I think I'm going to do all the stickering on the truck myself. Putting the new stickers on is going to be really easy. The pain in the ass is going to be getting the old stickers off. I have a heat gun, and I have an inverter on the truck. I don't know if it's going to put out enough power for me to power that heat gun. Let me look this up real quick. Pause this. All right, I'm pretty sure this is the heat gun that I have. 12 amps. I'm guessing it's 120 volt. So 12 amp, 120 volt. That should work with my inverter. I'm going to have to, before I go down there, like this thing goes all the way up to like 1200 degrees. I don't want to fuck up my truck. I don't want to like melt the plastics on my truck. So I'll have to figure out what temperature I'm like. It says right here, remove stickers is one of the functions of this heat gun, but I'll have to look up online what temperature I'm supposed to set it at, because I think it goes right here, 12 temperature settings from 150 degrees Fahrenheit up to 1200 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'll have to find out what temperature I'm supposed to set it to remove stickers. And I've got plastic putty knives in the truck already. I use them to spread grease on the fifth wheel. Like, I buy Lucas grease tubes in huge boxes, like 24 packs, and I just get the whole tube and I squeeze the whole damn tube out onto my fifth wheel, and then I use a plastic putty knife to spread it out on the fifth wheel. That's how I lubricate the fifth wheel. Because the the fifth wheel grease that you buy specifically for fifth wheels, that shit is just way overpriced. You can get an entire tube of Lucas grease for, I don't know, $1 or $2. Whereas one of those containers specifically for fifth wheel grease, those things are like $10, $15 a piece or something like that. It's crazy. So that's what I use to lube the fifth wheel. Oh, there's a bird munching on the bird seed. I bought a 10-pound bag of bird seed. It might be a 50-pound bag of bird seed. A huge bag of bird seed. And I just dump it onto the back porch for the birds and the squirrels and stuff. Oh, there's a squirrel running across the fence right there. But anyway, yeah, I'm just sitting around playing the waiting game right now. I have a ton of paperwork to fill out, but I have questions on almost all of it before I can fill it out. So tomorrow's going to be a busy day for me, talking with the orientation people. And if I have to take my truck down to orientation, then yeah, I'm going to have to get down there and do all the stickering on the truck and everything else. And I wasn't planning on doing all of the stickering and everything on the truck and removing the ELD and all that stuff until after I went to orientation. And I just kind of want to make sure everything's completely finalized with Landstar before I rip all the USA Truck stuff off. Because if anything happens with Landstar, then I'm just going to go back to USA Truck. And man, I'm starting to second guess myself with Landstar on whether or not this is a good decision. I am going to have to figure out how much I'm going to be making with Landstar. Like, Landstar doesn't pay for anything. USA Truck pays for almost everything. They pay for your toll transponders, they pay for your tags, your registration, your permits. What else? I mean, they pay for everything. Landstar pays for nothing. You pay for all of that. Now, Landstar may pay for it up front, but they're going to take all that money out of your settlements. It's to offset all of that. That's really expensive. Like, the registration is $1,700 a year. The permits, I don't know how much the permits are. I didn't get a price on how much the permits are. I'm guessing they're a couple of $1,000s, because I know some of the alcohol permits are like $300 just for a single damn permit. So the permits could easily be $2,000 to $5,000. I haven't signed anything yet that tells me how much the permits cost. So yeah, it's damn. If the permits end up being close to $5,000, $1,700 for registration. I think they're charging me for my IFTA stickers and everything else. Like, they charge for everything. They don't cover the cost of anything at Landstar. The only thing they provide is a trailer, and they pay for everything with that trailer. The insurance, the cargo insurance, the tags and registration on the trailer and all that stuff. The lease, they pay for everything with the trailer. But aside from that, really, you're just paying for factoring and access to their load board. So yeah, I might start looking at getting my own authority, because Landstar is charging me for everything. It's really expensive. In order for me to offset all of those costs, I don't know exactly how much I'm going to have to make extra per week. Probably somewhere in the area of $700 extra per week to offset all of the additional costs that I'm going to... because I don't work every week. I only work like 6 months out of the year, if that. So for me to offset all of the extra costs with Landstar, really for me to figure that out, I need to get my first settlement and find out everything that they're going to charge me for. Because right now it's a guessing game. and I don't want to put in all the work trying to figure out exactly how much extra Landstar is charging me than USA Truck when I don't know the actual numbers yet. So we'll have to see what the real numbers are. But yeah, I should be down here at this. Oh my goodness, man! I should be down here at this orientation center hopefully Sunday afternoon. Get there around noon. Well, I'll leave my house around noon. I'll hopefully get there around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 to 4 o'clock. That'll give me enough time to settle in so I get a good night's rest before orientation on Monday. Man, this is a fairly small terminal, and it is packed. There's almost no parking available at this place. Whole bunch of tractors parked over here. I think these are car parking spots, but the bobtail area is so packed that people started parking over here. I wish they had a terminal in Oklahoma City. Then I wouldn't have to pay $100 a month to park my equipment. But yeah, let me pause this and think if there's anything else I want to say before I upload this. No, I think that's probably enough stuff for this video. So wrap it up. I terminated my contract with USA Truck yesterday. I was officially qualified with Landstar yesterday, Tuesday, March 30th. And I should be in orientation Monday, April 5th. So whenever I get new information, I'll upload a new video and try to get all this paperwork. I have a crazy amount of paperwork still left to do. Like, I've already done a ton of paperwork, and I still have a lot of paperwork left to do. So much crap to do as a business owner, keeping track of all your taxes and everything else that you have to do. Oh my goodness, so much crap to keep track of. So anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye.